welcome to 2019. This is Gwendolyn. Can you believe we're here already? Welcome back to the channel, or if it's your first time here, welcome. This is going to be a monthly Tarotscope for Leo for January 2019, and I'm using Miss Cleo's deck today. And while I shuffle, I'm going to talk a little bit about two eclipses that we have this month. We open with, first of all, Mars going into Aries. So that's January 1st. And Mars going into Aries is a good thing for all fire signs. Really, it's a good thing for everyone, but especially the fire signs, because it means action, breaking through barriers. Mars is exalted, or Mars is ruled by Aries, and so it was in detriment in Pisces. So now the beginning of this year represents forward motion, action, breaking through boundaries. It just means things getting off the ground. So we also have a new moon in Capricorn, your 6th house, Leo, and that's January 5th at 5:28 Pacific time p.m. and 8:28 Eastern Standard Time. And new moons are a great time to begin something new, to invite something new in. It also happens to be a partial solar eclipse, so it can bring up, or you will be able to have access to seeing things that are related to your shadow aspect. Because it's your 6th house, it has to do with things that you do day to day. Your schedule, your calendaring, your work, things that have to do with obligation and duty. And for a lot of you, it's a wonderful time to invite something in, because of the new moon aspect, regarding your work or your day-to-day habits. If you wanted to invite a new health regime in, for example, new exercise habits or new ways of eating or a new way to organize your daily schedule. You might actually be able to see, by the way, we've got some flippers here. We've got death. Yeah, it's actually funny. I was just about to say, this is really funny. I was just about to say you might be able to see some things you want to let go of, which is death here. And Queen of Coins has to do with your domestic life, the way you have your finances in order, your ducks in a row, things that are pertain to your work or your income, having your domestic scene completely dialed out, nailed down. So it's saying that you might want to let go of some habits or some time management things that no longer serve you. It's time to let those go. And with the shadow appearing with this partial solar eclipse, you might be able to identify, okay, if I do it this way, this is not really helping me be practical. This is not really serving me. For example, if you go, another flipper, Chariot. Yeah, interesting. Lovers with the Chariot. I think one of those was in reverse, but some of you may be traveling to see a love interest this month. What I was going to say about the habits is that, say, for example, you drove across town to do this, and then you drive the other direction to do this. You might be able to identify some shadow aspects regarding your daily practices or your daily routines or schedules that you could let go of, that you could improve upon, and call in new, more helpful ways of doing things with this new moon partial solar eclipse. You may identify, for example, if you work out in the evening after dinner, that may be less productive and effective for you than, say, if you worked out in the morning before you've eaten, or whatever it is that you identify as a shadow aspect, as something that is no longer serving you in terms of your work routines, daily schedules, calendaring, habits, things you do on a daily basis or on a day-to-day basis. And you can invite in new things. It's a perfect time for that, Leo. Then we also have a full moon on January 20th in your sign at 0 degrees Leo, which is a prominent degree. It is the very beginning of Leo, so it is a creative, defining degree, Leo. And because it's your 1st house, it's a defining degree of who you are, Leo. And it also happens to be a total lunar eclipse. So just like the partial solar eclipse, the total lunar eclipse has to do with our emotions, and being able to identify shadow aspects that we want to let go of. So full moons are times of completion, of illumination, of releasing things. A couple more flippers. We've got Two of Swords and Star. So you may be trying to make a decision regarding something that has to do with one of your wishes or your dreams. Like, which direction do I go to start pursuing my dreams? And with this full moon in Leo, total lunar eclipse, because the moon represents our emotions, with the eclipse there, it can help you to illuminate and identify any shadow aspects of your emotions that you may want to let go of, to help redefine yourself. Again, with that 0 degrees in Leo, it's a very prominent degree for Leo. It's the first opening of Leo, so it's the defining degree. It's who do I want to be? What is defining me? And if there's anything that has to do with your emotions that is something that you want to let go of, any emotional habit that you want to release during this full moon, it's a wonderful time to not only be able to see it, but also to release it. For example, if you notice that you have competitiveness showing up in your emotions, or that your pride is too easily wounded, those may be things that you want to release during this total lunar eclipse. You'll be able to see what it is for you, whatever your shadow is emotionally that you want to release. It's an opportunity for that at 0 degrees Leo in your first house of identity. So let's take a look and see what's coming up for you in the cards for January. And let's get one more shuffle. What's coming up for Leo? It looks like you have the moon in reverse is what we're opening up with. I'm reading this as that partial solar eclipse, the new moon in Capricorn. And this has to do, the moon usually has to do with identifying what's real versus what's illusion. It has to do with balancing our left brain and our right brain. So the left brain is all about analysis. It's about seeing things in a cognitive, rational, weighing the pros and cons, mental, analytical way. And the right brain is where we have more of our creative, irrational, passionate, wild side. So it's really finding a balance between those is what the moon is about to help us illuminate the way forward. When we find balance between our creative self and our analytical self, it really helps us make balanced decisions. With the moon in reverse, also coinciding with this new moon partial solar eclipse on January 5th, there may be a way, Leo, in which your emotions are a little unbalanced, or you're having a hard time seeing what is real versus what is fantasy. So because the moon is a reflection of the sun's light, it has the theme of being something that appears to be something other than what it actually is. And the moon is an opportunity to delve into these deep-seated emotional themes, to come up to the surface, to release them and say, okay, what's real, what's not real? What's fantasy, what is reality? What is a lie versus what is the truth? What is permanent versus what is illusory? So that's what moon in reverse has to do with, is you might be having a hard time seeing through the fog of what is real versus what's not real. And with that partial solar eclipse in Capricorn, it might be a good time to take a look and see what it is that you want to invite new into your life. What's serving you versus what's not serving you. Next card up is 10 of Coins in the upright. So this means financial wellness, financial stability. It usually means returns on investment, or it means gathering abundance through good decisions having been made over time. This is the secure couple in the secure domicile. It's usually depicted with a castle. So it means security, it means financial stability, it means having the family together and feeling content. It means sort of like having the family scene feel complete, feeling secure. Sometimes 10 of coins can also represent an inheritance or a windfall of money that's unexpected. So you may be doing very well financially at the beginning of January here, Leo, but there is a focus on a need to balance your emotions, seeing things for reality versus fantasy. So that might be, it also might be a good time during your dreams to take a look at that and, you know, at night, maybe do some meditation and see, okay, well, what am I believing in that's not real? Or what is it that I'm allowing my emotions to get a little wobbly about? Because it looks like practically and financially you're doing pretty well here at the opening of January. Then we have 7 of Cups, which means it can go 2 different ways. The high side of 7 of Cups means having lots of options. It means being able to choose from a range of options, seeing a lot of different things in front of you, and you get to say, do I want to go in this direction? Do I want to put my attention towards this? You know, it means like a buffet of things to choose from. On the low side of 7 of Cups, it can also mean confusion. It can mean like not seeing things clearly for what they are. So with these 2 cards of potential confusion or emotional, there's a lot of Neptunian energy here where you can't see through the fog, like you can't see what the options are in front of you. I'm kind of getting that there might be some sort of fantasy version of this secure. What is your imagination influencing in terms of what's secure versus what's reality? It might be a good time to just do like a reality check on what is stable and secure and what is just fantasy land. There's real interplay here with these cards of sort of emotional confusion around this stable family unit. So that's worth looking at, and at nighttime might be a good time to look at that, Leo. Then we have the Empress in reverse. So this means a stagnancy or a halting of growth. Empress in the upright position means abundance. It means growth, fertility. This is usually the pregnant mother. So if some of you are trying to get pregnant right now, this may not happen for you. Or it's just saying that some of you may be feeling a little worn down as a mother, or that it's just not a time of growth. It may be a time where there are challenges to your growth or abundance. Usually, Empress in the upright means being in a receptive position, receiving things, having the world sort of roll at your feet. Empress in reverse is a woman who is not feeling in a place of growth or abundance. So there's a challenge there to anything that you may be trying to nurture in terms of creative expression. It may just be in delay. Then we have the 9 of Cups. So this is a nice card to show up in the middle of the month. This is wish fulfillment, happiness. 9 of Cups means feeling full, feeling satiated, feeling like you have everything that you want. So if there is confusion at the beginning of the month about what it is you want, what you feel will fulfill you, and whether you can draw it to yourself, I see there's a nice wish that comes true for you, or you feel, in a certain sense, happy and satisfied. Empress also represents satisfaction. So if there's a way in which at the beginning of the month you're not feeling satisfied, you're not feeling abundant, you're not feeling things being fertile or not experiencing growth at the beginning of the month, I see that turning around for you in the middle of the month. And this is definitely happiness, satisfaction, a wish fulfillment. Let's see what else is coming up for you, Leo. We've got Knight of Cups in reverse. So this is usually a love offer that's either coming from you to someone else or from someone else to you. It could also involve a water sign, so Scorpio, Cancer, or Pisces. But in the reverse position, it's usually a love offer that either you're not willing to make, there may be fear, doubt, or resistance that's preventing you from sharing your cup of love with someone else, or it's a love offer that you were hoping that was coming your way that is not coming your way at this time. It may just be in delay. So Knight of Cups is saying this is an offering of love, but this is in reverse. It's saying that there's some sort of fear, doubt, or resistance to either someone else offering you a cup of love or their heart, or you offering it to them. And it may be just because you're feeling so happy and satisfied with things just as they are. You may already be in a very satisfied position. I'm kind of seeing this as if someone's offering a cup of love, this person's saying, no, I've already got enough. I'm already satisfied enough, whether this is you or someone else. So that's that may be why it's either not being offered or it's in delay. Then I see Six of Staves, Six of Wands. This is success, Leo. And no one loves success more than a Leo. I mean, maybe a Capricorn or a Virgo, but you definitely... Success is the person who rides in on the horse. Usually this person is depicted as riding in on a horse wearing a victory wreath of laurels. So Six of Staves tells me that regardless of what's going on at the beginning of the month here with trying to sort things out, especially emotionally, you've got Nine of Cups and Six of Staves, which means happiness, satisfaction, success, recognition, and victory. So whether this offer of love comes or whether you feel comfortable offering that to someone else, it's telling me that it's almost doesn't matter in the middle of January because you're going to be feeling in such a good position. These are both cards of satisfaction as well. Things are going your way in the middle of the month. And it looks like this time of perhaps betrayal or overthinking of things, negative thinking. Ten of Swords means negative thoughts. It looks like that time is over. It's come to a completion. When it's in the upright position, it's draining all the energy out of the person, but in the reverse, all those swords can fall out. So swords represent thoughts, ideas, beliefs, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. So when these swords are in the reverse, it's the opportunity to let go of any negative thinking. That way, an old way of thinking is coming to a conclusion. It's coming to the end of a cycle. So that's good. That's good news there. That may be why you are experiencing this Six of Wands success in the middle of the month, is because you're letting go of all this old way of thinking. This also can mean betrayal. Whatever drains someone out, causes them to be depleted. That's Ten of Swords energy. And it looks like you're working on completing that and letting that go, Leo, whatever that might represent for you. An old way of thinking, say, potentially from the last year that didn't serve you. Then we have Justice in reverse. So there may be a way in which, Leo, you feel like justice is not being served. I'm seeing this happening around that full moon in Leo. There may be something that feels unfair, unjust, not according to what you see as fair. It may be that you feel like this could be a verdict that doesn't go your way, or it just means that you feel like things are out of balance, out of whack. Let's see what else is coming up with this. Yeah, Seven of Swords. This might be someone who has underhanded behavior. Usually this is the Thief card. And it might be that there's someone like this in your environment, Leo. This is usually the person who represents shady behavior, criminal behavior, trying to do things behind the scenes. And it looks like justice, the scales of justice are not being balanced because this person is acting in a way that is, I won't say criminal, but in a way that is not on the up and up. Now, this could be you or someone else, Leo, but if there's someone towards the end of the month who's in your environment who's acting like this, you may be very well aware of it, but you're seeing the unfairness of it or the unjustness of it. There's, here's basically justice in reverse, and here's the criminal card. So keep an eye out for that, Leo, towards the end of the month. And then we have the Devil card too. So this means, again, with Devil next to Seven of Swords energy, there's something below the surface that's happening. Devil usually means, what do we give our power away to? This can be an addiction. This can be a person, a situation. Often it appears as drugs, alcohol, addictions like gambling or sex or shopping addictions or, you know, things that have great promise, but they end up taking our power away. And it's usually something that we are giving our power away to. So this could, for example, be someone that you're giving money to and they're stealing from you, or like someone that you employ, an employee that is embezzling. Or it could be someone like if you, someone that you're trusting who isn't worthy of your trust, and therefore you're giving your power away to them because they're not worthy of your trust, and hence the injustice. So just be careful towards the end of the month, Leo. It looks like there's some shady behavior that appears to be a little unfair. But King of Staves I'm seeing as you. This is the King of Fire, whether you're male or female. It could be an Aries or a Sagittarius or another Leo, but I'm really reading it as you, Leo. And this is the big thinker, bold, confident, takes action. So what I'm seeing is that if you're being confronted with any of this energy, especially I'm looking at how Devil and King of Wands are looking straight at each other. Like, who's going to be boss? Who's going to be in charge? You kind of see what's going on, Leo, and you're willing to take action on it is what I see at the end of the month. So what I kind of see as a theme through this month is the beginning of the month is about getting clear on what's real, cutting through any confusion that is making you feel any lack of abundance or lack of growth. I see in the middle of the month a lot of satisfaction, a lot of happiness, a lot of success, especially as you let go of any ways of thinking that may have been draining you. And then towards the end of the month, I see you confronting and taking action on anything that looks like shady behavior or feels like someone who's cutting corners, who's someone who's stealing something away, stealing away your power, essentially, Leo. So I see you claiming it back, or at least confronting it or doing something about it towards the end of the month, Leo. So that is my reading for you for January, Leo. I also see at the bottom of the deck we have Ace of Coins, so there's a new beginning here, potentially regarding maybe a job, finance, money, a creative endeavor. But that's my reading for you. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to give it a thumbs up or share it with another Leo. And if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, I'll have a link right up here in this corner. And as always, I just want to thank everyone so much for tuning in. I hope you're having a wonderful beginning to 2019, and I'll look forward to reading for you again soon. Yours in the stars.